Good morning, everybody. CryptoStrang here. This morning, we'll talk about Klaytn KLAY. Now, I've never spoken about this project before, but I'm really seeing the potential here with this project. It was only launched back in June 2019. Currently around 66, nearly 108,000 people watching on CoinMarketCap alone. I really do like what they're doing here. It's like a public blockchain, solely focused really on the Metaverse and GameFi. Now, it's making huge strides with partnerships, investors, their advisors. I really do like what they're doing long term. I think this could actually be huge. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be the next Axie Infinity AXS, which went from a few dollars to $160 in the space of like 9 months. However, I do see huge potential here. So I will certainly get myself a nice bag of Klaytn, that's for certain. Now, at the moment, we're just under 16 cents. The all-time high was April 21. Obviously, when you get in the bull run, it's $4.38. Now, its all-time low was actually just 5 cents back in May 2020. But we're not that far off really from the all-time low. Now, you're thinking long term. Now, for me personally, 2023 is a year to accumulate. That's what I personally do believe. It's a time to make those great profits in the next bull run. Now, again, it's not financial advice, but when you look at 15 cents basically here, we're at $4.38. When we go through their ecosystem, their plans, you can see the potential here. So, but you've got to do your own research. Now, me personally, to be honest, I set price targets for each project I build into. I have a little database and I set the price target. Once it reaches that, I take profits. I always keep like 25, 30% long-term hold, but the rest of it is purely for profit taking. Now, that's just me. That's just the way I do it. Done me very well the last bull run. I hope it will the next bull run as well. Obviously, time will tell. But I say the fact it's ranked 66 already is absolutely wonderful for the project. The market cap is just under $479 million. The volume of trade in the last 24 hours is just under $22 million. We've basically got about 29% of the supplies out there. Not fantastic, but also could be a lot worse. But again, you've got to think long term with this. Okay, now that's what I'm doing as they have a great 2023, I'm sure. I think we've got huge profit potential here. But as I say, time will tell. There's no guarantee, obviously. Now, when you go on their website, Klaytn.Foundation, it states, hi, we're the Klaytn Foundation. We're here to accelerate the sustainable growth of Klaytn by building a global ecosystem for the world to make the leap into the metaverse. Now, what I like here, they say obviously continue improving the Klaytn platform, that's obvious, but investing in promising blockchain projects to grow a vibrant global ecosystem. And also creating the infrastructure for the metaverse by integrating blockchain in the real world. Now, something that I really do like is their end-to-end metaverse developer package. It's basically a simplified way of building for the metaverse. It offers an end-to-end metaverse package that includes customized L2 solutions, smart contract libraries, wallets, chain explorers, oracles and bridges, but also the ecosystem of supporting obviously your NFT marketplaces, for example. Now, also we've got the team here, Team Klaytn, genuine LinkedIn profiles. You can see all their different titles there and what they do. Nice solid team. You also see there the advisors as well. So long term, it's got all the part of their ingredients they need to be absolutely massive. Okay. Now I do like what they're offering. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Now you look at their roadmap, Klaytn's roadmap to it's not a roadmap you normally see with the dates of each quarter of each year, their plans. They sort of talk about the technology, support for Ethereum equivalents. The metaverse and Web3 rely on coordination and open source standards. Ethereum equivalent offers a path which is clearly emerging as the standard of many blockchain ecosystems, the EVM, making Klaytn's technical stack equivalent from interface and execution perspective to the existing Ethereum stack. Scaling up through service change, Klaytn uses the hub and spoke model as our scaling solution to maintain performance as our ecosystem grows. Building support for service chain bridging, I think, is absolutely wonderful to enable seamless interoperability between participants in our ecosystem. You've got to have that bridging every now, especially nowadays. Also, can size up the interoperable network and more service change in supportive infrastructure, implementing nested service change. We've also got here developer support. Now, they seem to have everything planned already. Now, I say it's been going since June 2019, but I think in this time they've made huge progression. The fact they're already in the top 100 again speaks volumes for what they're doing. You can just go through their website, gives you so much reassurance about what their plans are. Now, the governance, as I say, to me is really fascinating. Decentralization is a core tenet of the metaverse and future economy. Klaytn firmly believes in this shared global vision and re-updating core elements of our governance strategy. Having 30% of our governance council comprised of DAOs, the organisations of the future, to create a DAO of DAOs to lead Klaytn's core development. Okay, now also here, expand our governance council. You can see on the screen there, LG, Maker, Binance. Beyond our governance change, we've also increased the number of governance council members as part of our push towards greater decentralisation of the Klaytn network. increasing our governance council to 50 members with the focus onboarding lead DAOs. Now, I saw this post on Medium, Klaytn Governance Council members. You can see there all the massive companies on it. Now, there's a lot. So again, you can see the people who have seen the potential, they're getting involved, they're part of the governance council. But when you get some of these on here, like, you talk about LG, but you also talk about FIAT Maker on it as well. You talk all these other huge companies on here. You can see, again, there's so much potential there. All these people believing in it. Okay, and that's what I really do like. So they've got their social media links at the bottom of their site, obviously, which you imagine. I also follow them on Twitter. Their Instagram is very good, very informative. But the ecosystem itself, now, the Klaytn ecosystem, now, a lot of projects are built on Klaytn. Now, what I tend to do on every week is go on CoinMarketCap and see the newly released projects. Okay, you can see, look into them more in depth, the ones that stick out a bit more. But also you can see on the right-hand side of CoinMarketCap is the project, which smart contract platform they're building on, which layer 1. And Klaytn is actually doing very well there. Quite a few are building on Klaytn. So again, that gives you a lot of promise for the next bull run, that people are using Klaytn, not something like Binance Smart Chain or Ethereum or many others, isn't there? Let's be honest. But it's great to see that many projects actually build on Klaytn now. That's really good. Now, we look at here all the projects. Now, this covers, you can define it into DEXs, DeFi, or gaming, NFT, entertainment, etc. But you can just scroll down all the different projects associated with Klaytn. Okay, there's a lot there. Okay, now, I think it's absolutely fascinating what they're doing. I think they're going to constantly build more and more all the time. And I think over time, also got a link with Chainlink as well. That was great to saw a tweet the other day. But going through there, look on the left-hand side there, everything they've got set up. Okay, they seem to have all the basics done well in advance and making huge strides. Now, one thing I was looking at was this project a while ago called Klaytn Games. They've actually renamed themselves PlayOne Games. So it's in like a partnership with Klaytn. And based on here, you can also, you've got different sections here, which I thought was absolutely great, all the different bits. So you can do, PlayOne Games is basically a project you can basically helps people get started with their GameFi project and get them started. But this website's really good, PlayOne.games. You actually stake your clay on here. Now, as I always say, when we're in a bear market, there's no point keeping your coins just on exchange or wherever, just not doing a lot. So it's important to earn that passive income and build your portfolio. So I will be staking my clay. And I've got quite a few options here. I'll show you Binance. I mean, that's where I'll probably go to. It's easier. However, get a slightly better percentage on here. You can see is stake your clay, earn free tokens. Migration to the new staking pool version 2. They're also doing a live airdrop and upcoming airdrops. More of them. Now, they've done a closed airdrop with Marble X. Okay, MBX. Now, I did look briefly at this. And when you go on their website, it does look really good. Marble X initial NFT offering, everything that we're doing. They even got now, which perhaps you haven't heard of, as an INO, initial NFT offering. Where the ICO's initial coin offering, now we've gone this next level with our initial NFT offerings. So I did like this site, MarbleX NFT Marketplace. Looked a real solid. They've got their own wallet, etc. But then, unfortunately, I looked at the CoinMarketCap. It's ranked 369, so it's doing okay. Market cap is approaching $41 million. Volume in the last 24 hours is really good for a project that's low ranked in this sort of bear market. It's 770,000. But you look at the price, $1.13, but we've only got 4% supply out there. There's actually going to be the max supply of 1 billion. So at $1.13, me personally, I won't be getting involved with this. But again, the fact they've finished their airdrop, okay, just goes to show that, again, there's a lot of projects being used on the PlayOne Games, on the Klaytn Games. People associating themselves with this. So I think PlayOne Games will, with the sort of, the initial NFT offerings on here as well and the airdrops, it's certainly worth keeping PlayOne.games on your radar to get those airdrops, okay, as they develop again over time. But I say, when you go back to stake on here, it's up to you. Now, you can see their reward rate is 9.17%. Total value locked is approaching 11 million. Okay, so a lot of people do believe in it. It's on here. I need to look a bit more into this before I'd commit to stake on here. I think I'd stick the easy way, just Binance, but that's probably me just being a bit lazy, to be honest. But PlayOne Games, you can see on their Medium, published in PlayOne Games, announcing Klaytn Games, the first play-to-earn game protocol in Klaytn ecosystem. They're always announcing different partnerships, which again, to me, official PlayOne, we used to be called basically Klaytn Games, but now called official PlayOne. So obviously got that tie-up with Klaytn, and there's a link, they've got the thing together. So projects building on Klaytn obviously use official PlayOne, the games itself. So that obviously helps them massively as well. Now, you can also stake on Everstake.one, which is a very popular staking platform. You can see there, for example, if you had 3,000 clay, you can see here the daily earning would be 0.66 clay, or basically 20 a month. Now, it doesn't sound a huge amount, but you think last time in the bull run it was $4.38 each. So if you're getting 20 a month, obviously you're talking, it pays about $85 worth of Clay each month. So it's another opportunity there for that passive income, make your projects work for you, as they say. Now, going off script slightly here, I found this website for it was really good, stakingcrypto.info. I'll put a link below. It's an excellent way where they list all the exchanges and what they're offering. So basically, you find a project, you want to see which exchange it's staking on. So, for example, Clay, then I can see it was on Binance, Bitra, OKX. Now, it states they're OKX, but I couldn't actually find it on OKX. Okay, it may be on there. I didn't look too in depth because I'm just solely focused on Binance. So it probably is on OKX as well, which is a great site, but I'm just purely staking. That is under OKX savings, so I'm just solely looking at staking. So it states there 6.2%, but when I went on there, you can see there the Clay is 5% APR, and that's the flexible. You do it over 60 days and get 4.5%. Okay, now another part about Klaytn, built on the Klaytn project, is ClaySwap protocol. Okay, now this project is called KSP, and it's a complete on-chain instant swap protocol. Now, obviously, as Klaytn develops and more projects build on Klaytn, this could have huge potential. Now, at the moment, just under 60 cents. The supply at the moment is basically approaching 28 million. Now, the max supply there would be is 126 million. So still quite a lot of supply still to come out there. Volume in the last 24 hours, 1.3 million. The market cap is 16 million. Now, its all-time high with May 21 actually reached $2,000, which was actually crazy. Its all-time low was basically back in October this year, which 50 cents. We're pretty close to the all-time low. So again, I haven't bought myself any KSP. You can only really buy on some obscure exchanges like PlayOne and there's one called Koga or something. There's some really weird ones, but obviously you can get on KlaySwap itself. But this is one I'm going to keep on my radar. Now, go on clayswap.com. It's got to live there. You've got drops, you've got your dashboard, your assets, discover the potential of your assets in KlaySwap. So you can see there it's got everything you need within it. The KSP token itself is the governance token of the KlaySwap platform. So the KSP is obviously the central part of it. It gives it that general usage. Holders have responsibility and authority to determine governance agendas in compliance with the protocol-related rules. Okay, I do like the fact that liquidity is guaranteed by the AMM, the automated market maker, as we call it, mechanisms. It's an on-chain swap service allows anyone that has Clay or KC type cryptocurrency to swap between like Ethereum-based tokens, DAO, WBTC can be transferred. So it's got a little part. I think it's going to develop a lot more. But again, this is just on my watch list. This is on my radar. Okay, this is what I'm slowly going to be watching over time. Now, so going back to Klaytn itself, I think we look going back to them council members. I think it's absolutely wonderful. Now, when you look also at the price, as I said, look at Klaytn, their ecosystem, what they're developing, the partnerships, the amount of projects built on Klaytn, plus with these council members. I'm going to keep a very close eye on this. Now, I'm going to see who else added, but I know I've already mentioned this, but I just think it's absolutely wonderful, the amount of members they've already got. It really sticks out to me what they're doing. Now, also, Klaytn, I follow them on Twitter all the time. Now, they're constantly on Twitter, which is great to see. They've also recently just announced the INO 2.0 is now live, the initial NFT offering, out at official PlayOne, as we talked about just now. Now, you can see there with the PlayOne Games tweet as well. Thank you for waiting for the server maintenance. INO 2 is now live, enhanced features. So, certainly follow them on Twitter and also follow PlayOne Games to see what projects they're building on, Klaytn, etc., and which ones they're adopting. But I do like the fact they invest in projects as well. So when you break it all down, I say the unique governance structure, the support for Ethereum equivalent, the Klaytn's data guarantee, this I think is absolutely wonderful. I think that's absolutely great. The 1 second deterministic finality, utilise an optimised version, enables transactions to achieve absolute finality within a second. So it's got quick, fast, instant transaction. But I think the one that really sticks out for, not just the price, but in fact, this is an end-to-end metaverse developer package, like an all-in-one package that helps anyone just getting started. I think with all their support networks, this is absolutely huge. So thanks very much. Perhaps I should have done a video about Klaytn before, KLAY. I think it's absolutely huge. So when we go back to CoinMarketCap, you can see there, just under 16 cents. Who knows where this will be later 2023, going into 2024. Who knows? Only time will tell. I think it's got all the fundamentals to be absolutely fantastic. So thanks very much. We will chat again soon. As usual, anyone who helped, just email me, info@cryptostrang.com, or my social media links below. Have a wonderful day. We will chat again soon. Cheers. Bye.